Hello, I'm Sarah from Sutton Schoolswork. Welcome to our Assemblies online. Now, each week we're going to be bringing you a Bible story, a thought about what it means for Christians, a question or two for you to think about, and a fun activity for you to do as well. So are you sitting comfortably? Well, let's begin. This week we are thinking about hope. I wonder what you think hope is. Hope is a big word. Maybe we think about the things we hope for. Maybe we think about our hopes and our dreams. Maybe we have hopes for our schoolwork. Maybe we have hopes for our team to win something. Maybe we have hopes for a present we might get. Maybe we have hopes for a job we might want when we're older. Maybe we have hopes for our friends or for the world. Or maybe we just hope that everything will go back to normal. But what happens when those things don't quite work out? What do we do then? What happens when we don't get that present? When we fall out with our friends? When we just feel like everything is going wrong? Do we feel sad, confused, angry? Do we lose our hope? That's why I said that hope is a big word, because it's more than just our dreams and our wishes and our goals. Hope is also about the people and the things that help us to get through tough times. So we're going to tell you a story from Christian's special book, the Bible. A story about a man who gave others hope. A story about a man named Jesus. And Rick is going to tell us that story.
Before I tell the story, I'd like to practice some actions. So whenever I say the word waves, I want you to go whoosh. When I say rain, I want you to go pitter-patter, pitter-patter. When I say wind, I want you to go woo. When I say lightning, I want you to clap your hands. And when I say afraid, I want you to look scared. Okay, so one day Jesus had been spending the whole day talking to lots of people, and he said to his friends, the disciples, he said, why don't we jump in the boat? We'll go across the lake and we go to the other side. We'll just have a bit of time together. So that's what Jesus and his friends, the disciples, did. They got into the boat and they set out across the lake. Now, this lake was called the Lake of Galilee. Actually, it's more like a sea. It was a huge, great lake, like I say, more like a sea. And it would be a lake that a lot of them would have crossed lots of times. A lot of Jesus' friends were fishermen, so they would have been used to being on this lake. But this time, this day, it was a journey like they'd never experienced before, because what should have been a nice calm journey to the other side, well, before they knew it, suddenly the waves got bigger. Whoosh! Suddenly the rain started to fall. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter. Suddenly the wind started to blow. Woo! Suddenly the lightning started to crash. And they were all feeling very afraid, and they discovered that they were in the middle of a great big storm. So, what does a storm sound like? Well, maybe it sounds a bit like this. Obviously, there will be lots of rain, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. There will be lots of wind. Woo! There will be lots of lightning. There will be more wind. Woo! There will be more lightning. There will probably be more rain. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter. There'll probably be even more rain than that. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter. There'll be some more lightning. Rush. There will be some more wind. Woo! There'll be some more rain. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter. There'll be some more wind. Woo! There'll probably be some more lightning. There'll be some more rain. Pitter-patter, pitter-patter. There'll be some more rain. And the disciples were feeling very afraid. The storm was raging, the wind was blowing, the rain was pouring down. Pitter-patter. And they didn't know what to do. So they thought they would ask Jesus what Jesus was asleep in the back of the boat. So they went and they woke him up and they said, Jesus, wake up, help us, we're afraid. We're in the middle of the storm. And Jesus, he stood up, he spoke to the wind and the waves and he said, peace, Be still! And the waves died down, and the rain disappeared, and the wind stopped blowing, and there was no more lightning, and they sailed across the lake.
I love that story. For me, it shows just how powerful Jesus is. He stopped a storm. How amazing is that? Now, how were the disciples feeling? They lost their hope a little bit, didn't they? They were getting scared. They started to freak out. It's like they'd forgotten who was in the boat with them until Jesus reminded them. Christians put their hope in Jesus. Christians believe that Jesus loves us, that he's always there to listen to us, and that he always wants to help us, just like he did for the disciples in that terrifying storm. Now, I've got 3 questions for you. Why don't you pause the video after each one, have a think about the answer in your head, or maybe write it down, or if someone's with you, why don't you turn to them and have a chat about your answer. Question number 1. What do you think Christians can learn about Jesus from that story? Question number 2. I wonder what helps you to get through tough times. Question number 3. I wonder who helps you to feel peaceful and happy when the world seems a little bit scary. Now, I've got an activity that you could do to help you to think about this a little bit more. Here is what you need to do. Make your own hope balloon. You could print one, you could draw it, and then cut it out. In the middle of it, write the word hope and colour it in nice bright colours. Above the word hope, write the names of some of the people who help you to feel peaceful and happy in tough times. Maybe for you that's Jesus, maybe it's a teacher, maybe it's your friends, maybe it's a family member. Underneath the word hope, why don't you draw or write some of your hopes and dreams for your life? After you've done all that, decorate your hope balloon. Put it somewhere where you can see it to remind you to have hope. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and remember to join us again next week. Bye!